I'll give a
Okay.
I'll give a thumbs up.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to United Weekly. I'm Alexi, and with me, as always, is the incomparable, the irreplaceable Jay. How you doing, man? I know you've had a rough day.
I'm really unwell. I'm literally just doing this and going back to bed, and this isn't the first time we've started this stream. Let's call a spade here. I may have set up the stream to go live, and the video was privated, so I could see it. None of you could. So luckily, we only got through one topic. We only got through about 10 minutes of stream.
Yeah.
Luckily, Alexi, being as
diligent
as he always is, noticed
Yeah.
that as someone that uses the internet as his job, doesn't know how to use the internet. I blame the illness, and if the illness doesn't save me from retribution, I'm going to blame my dog.
All right, so let's kick it off with the headline, which is obviously the transfer saga that everyone's talking about. That that's what's going on all the time. Is De Jong. It's probably it's maybe getting a bit frustrating, maybe even a little bit boring at this point. But there's a huge delay over the fee because we're Man United and Barcelona are 15 million apart in our valuations. And honestly, I think they should take what they can get, because they're in such a mess financially that they just need, we should just be able to go his 65 million, take it or leave it.
Though that being said, apparently they're about to announce something on Thursday which solves their financial woes.
Well, no, they're announcing their like a financial update.
Yeah,
which could just be we've leveled out, but we still need to sell players to buy players.
Yeah,
which I think is likely.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, I'm hoping so,
because they don't want De Jong to leave, but.
Yeah, and if Man City get him, then that's going to be very sickening.
Well, that's what I was. I mean, that's what I was saying to you in the first time round that we done. That I was very confident of us getting De Jong, but like now that Barcelona have actually said, we want 85 million euros, like outright, no add-ons, none of this bullshit. But they're open to the idea of a swap. I'm just thinking Bernardo Silva. So.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to swap a player for them, I mean, Pogba's going to Juve, so we can't use that.
There's only one player that they would want from us, and it's one player that I don't think would go, and B is I think we should give one more season, and that's Rashford.
Yeah, and I just don't think that the club would let Rashford leave anyway.
No.
I just think it'd be a club decision, wouldn't it? So.
If Rashford did leave though, if he did leave United, I think that it would be Barcelona he would go to, because they've put bids in for him before that have just been straight up rejected. Like,
I think he would suit the Spanish league in a lot of ways.
I thought that about Martial, but.
Well, yeah, but Martial and Rashford are two very different players, aren't they?
Yeah. Though then again, I would take an informed Martial over an informed Rashford any day.
Yeah, because informed Martial just bangs in goals.
Yeah.
I think as disappointing as it could end up being, I'd say I'm like 65%.
See,
that we're gonna get De Jong. I think it's likely to happen at some point. I think we'll sort of meet in the middle. Yeah, could end up getting him for like 70 plus add-ons.
See, I'm in two minds, right? And it all depends. If Barcelona if Man City don't want to lose Bernardo Silva, and they want to keep him, I'm 90% sure he's going to join United.
Yeah.
If Man City are kind of like at that point where they're like, do you know what? He wants to leave. Let's just let him go. Then I'm like 10%. Like, I think this all hinges on Bernardo Silva rather than it does on whether United have got money. Because I'm sorry, Frankie de Jong might love Eric Ten Hag, but the idea of Champions League football and winning the Premier League is...
Yeah, I wouldn't blame De Jong for going to City.
No.
I mean, who wouldn't want to go to City if City want you as a player? Then they're going to,
Unless you're a Man United fan, then... you know, but most United fans end up in our academy anyway. So
true. Well, I mean, like it's weird who like players who have played for other teams who are who or grew up Man United fans. I mean, John Terry was a Man United fan when he was a kid.
yeah, you said that to me once before, and like I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's mad, but obviously he eventually became a Chelsea fan because he's a Chelsea legend. But
Nah, Slipgate. That's why he slipped in the final.
yeah,
The final of the shirt you're wearing.
yeah. But yeah, so moving on from De Jong. Now, according to Sky Sports, United apparently don't view the centre back as a priority position and fully focused on the midfield right now. So I mean, the main thing obviously being that the Timber deal seems to have stalled. It is concerning because obviously there was news coming out about it, and there was noise around it before the transfer window opened, and now that it's opened, nothing's happened. So, are you concerned about this, or do you think we're gonna sort out our midfielder in the next sort of week or two and then get Timber?
I think the reason we haven't gone for Timber yet is because we want to know how much we're paying for Frankie De Jong or another midfielder. So, there's I'm going to merge a couple of points here because it's relevant. Later on, we're going to be speaking about Vitinha.
Yeah.
And I'm just pulling up his profile now, just so I know that I'm getting it right.
Yeah.
So Vitinha, obviously, he's a Porto midfielder. Played for Wolves. Don't know if you remember. He's a decent little player. He actually did well for Wolves in the season he was there, but went back to Porto. He's quite young. He's 22, which is what I wanted to find out the age of. Fucking hell, born in 2000. That makes me feel old. He's 20. He's 22. He's been capped for Portugal, and if we don't get De Jong, then I reckon we'll exercise his release clause and go for him, which is 40 million euros. Now, a lot of clubs, what they tend to do, and I don't know why they do it, because they've got 40 million release clause and all that, but sometimes they'll just say, like, all right, we'll take 30.
Yeah.
So, we could get him for 30, 40 million euros, so you're talking like 30 million, 33, 34 million pound. So if we did that, then that opens up getting Timber, because Timber is probably about 40, 50 million. Whereas if we got De Jong for 85 million plus Timber for 50 million, you're already at 135 million of this supposedly 150 million transfer budget, and we've yet to ship out a player.
Yeah,
so,
we haven't sold anyone, just players who are leaving on a free have left on a free.
Now, the question is, all right, so Frankie De Jong, imagine we don't get him, goes to Man City or stays at Barca or whatever.
Yeah. Timber,
Vitinha, and Christian Eriksen, is that a good transfer window?
I'd say it's not a failure.
It's not a failure, but I'd say that's mid-range.
Yeah, it's, I mean, to be fair, I know we dislike the Glazers and that, but they during a new manager's first transfer window, they do tend to back him. And I think if you add Neves in there, for example, and we'll talk about Neves in a minute, as well as Eriksen, I think then so yeah, if we end up getting Vitinha, Timber, Neves, and Eriksen, that's good, but we still need a striker, and we could maybe look at keeping Martial for just one season before moving him on. It's unfortunate the whole number 11 that is no longer involved in football, because that could have been his season to shine, but I have no sympathy for him.
And by the way, I'm going to do something. I won't say controversial, but something that we don't address it on this on the stream. But I need to address this.
Yeah,
It's been pissing me off lately, and I'm not going to call him number 11. Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
People on Twitter have got to stop saying we want our boy back.
Yeah, oh god.
And they've got to stop using the Johnny Depp trial as a way to kind of
that's got nothing. Like they're not even close to being similar.
Because the difference is between the Johnny Depp trial and Mason Greenwood is not in any of the audio or video recordings. Did Johnny Depp ever admit or show signs of violence or abuse? The other way round it was, but not from Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Difference is with Mason Greenwood, you clearly hear him doing what he did. I'm not going to say the words, but doing what he did. So, like, fuck all you people on Twitter, and like, put it this way, right? And this is where it gets controversial. It's the people that don't respect women's rights that are the ones that are coming out. Now, I'll let that sit in your head, because honestly, that is the way, and it's really pissed me off. Because Mason Greenwood, I don't know if you've noticed, Alexi, has been trending on Twitter all week.
Other than posting stream stuff on Twitter, I don't really look at it. So
all week with fake stories about how the FA have reinstated him, and the FA have got nothing to do with a police case. The police have not dropped charges, and his court date is due, I think, in August. So let the court decide.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
But that does bring us to, we do need a striker, whether that's Martial or whether we bring in someone else. So realistically, we need 5 players, because we need a centre back, we need 2 midfielders, we need someone, an attacking player like Eriksen, someone we can bring in for free or for very little, and we need a striker, because Ronaldo can't carry the whole season himself.
And theoretically, as well, a right back as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think but I think we could. I'll get my words out. I think we can only sign a right back if we move on Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
And get rid of his wages off our books.
Yeah.
Because we can't have 3 right backs at the club, like that we've bought all 3 of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that it is, like, even though it probably won't happen, it is needed. I mean, we were linked with Dumfries, so... Yeah,
Dumfries. I mean, Dumfries can play in a few different positions as well, so I would like... But I think Dumfries is right back... I know we've needed a good right back since Gary Neville left. I mean, Valencia was all right, and Raphael was okay, but we've not had a Gary Neville level of right back since Gary Neville.
I mean, we've always had either an attacking right back. Yeah. We've never had like that defensive minded one, really.
Well, I mean.
Sorry. We've either had an attacking right back or a defensive right back. We've never had that
player that can do both.
Yeah, because Valencia's a winger converted to a right back. What I don't want to see is us get Timber and then play him as right back with Harry Maguire and Varane.
No, God no.
Because Timber can play right back, but when needed, like he shouldn't be playing there like that. He shouldn't convert that role. He's too good as a defender.
Yeah, and another player that's not even on our list as well is obviously there was a few stories last week about Anthony from Ajax as well.
Yeah.
I think Timber and Anthony from Ajax would be 2 good signings, but I know that Ten Hag has an agreement that he's not going to gut the Ajax team on his way out. He's just so 1 or 2 players. And I think if we get Anthony, that doesn't really solve our striking problems.
No.
But with Rashford being so out of form. Alanga, he's young. Maybe he's going to have a very good season for us. He can have his proper breakthrough season. Don't know.
Are we going to see McNeil coming onto the bench and things like that?
I mean, saw the story this morning on Sky Sports about Pellistri being given a chance in pre-season to see if he can perform at the right levels.
I didn't even really pay much attention to Pellistri. Do you know how he done last season? Because he
No,
went
I
out
don't know actually.
He went out
'Cause
on
I know-
loan, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He went to Spain, I think, didn't he?
Let me have a look.
Because yeah, okay. Because you know, I know Ahmad's really struggled at Rangers after a good start. To be fair, he scored. I think he scored on his debut, or in the second game or something. But
I mean,
he's struggled since then. Ahmad.
He went to Alaves,
Alaves, yeah, I thought so.
and he played 33 games, no goals.
Okay.
Because I think we loaned him out for half a season and loaned him out again because it says 2021, then 2021 to now.
Yeah.
Oh no, he joined for the remainder of the season in January 2021, didn't he? Because we bought him from
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
or
Yeah.
something like that, and we sent him back. Or no, we didn't buy him from them, but we sent him there, and then he also went there this season as well. But
Right, okay.
overall, like this season, he's had 21 games.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get his stats up, because the thing is, what we've got to remember is that
I mean, he's what? He's like 18 or something. He's young lad.
yeah. So I mean, in his 33 games for Alaves in the La Liga, he's got no goals and no assists.
Okay, but I mean, how old is he? Is he 18?
He is 20.
Okay, but yeah, you know, like,
And he's
to be fair,
as a winger, you need to be getting some assists, you know.
yeah. But to be fair, he's come from a South American league where the level isn't European, and he's, you know, it's his first full season in European football, and you know, like the fact that he's played that many games.
Yeah, and that being said, he's also
gives me a bit of hope. You know what I mean?
And that being said, in the year 2022, he's had 6 caps for Uruguay. So there must be something about him.
There's something there, yeah. Like, you know, there's potentially a player in there.
Yeah.
But you know, I think anyone's seen enough of him to make any decisions yet. And Ten Hag's going to give him a chance in the coming pre-season tour, which we thought was in America. It's not. It's around Asia and places actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, Palestri's potential. But you know, the fact is we need a striker. You know, and if we're getting Anthony and Timber, then we're not getting Sebastian Haller. Because I think that's one too many players, and honestly, I think it would cost too much to get all 3 of those players, you know, from Ajax anyway.
Yeah, and I think that if I'm being honest, I think that Haller is better than being a bench player for United. The hard thing about buying a striker, it really is the fact that you're going to be second string to Cristiano Ronaldo, unless Ten Hag really does change things up and goes for 2 up top, which
no, he won't.
I don't see him doing. But yeah, so to get a striker, and it's got to be someone like I heard Danny Ings' name being floated around.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like I don't want that.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, in Ten Hag's second season with or last season? No, yeah, so the season before Haller, when they had that Champions League run, he played with a false 9.
Yeah.
So you know, could Bruno play that role up top? Maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? If like, so, you know, I'm just saying, you know, if Ronaldo gets injured, we don't really have a backup striker. But you know,
I mean, we've done it a few
like,
times last season where we played like Bruno as almost like a false 9, and it just did not work.
No, but yeah, although that was under very different management. But I think you know, I know that a lot of people don't like the name Isak, the Swedish striker.
Yeah.
But you know, I think in terms of just a bench player who's going to cover for Ronaldo, if we can get him for 20 million, it's not a bad deal. Because you don't want to lose money on it. He's going to double in value as soon as he becomes a Man United player.
Yeah.
And you know, and if he flops, it's 20 million. It's a bit like a Dan James. You just take a risk, take a punt. But you know, if he ends up scoring 15 to 20 goals in his first season, solid, mate, absolutely solid. You know what I mean? It's what you want. If he only scores 4 or 5, you know, it's not for you.
If I'm being completely honest, though, what I would do is is focus on the midfield. Yeah, get Timber in. There is a tweet that I was just looking at from a guy called Pedro Almeida. He's verified. He seems to deal in Portuguese transfers.
Yeah.
So why he's getting involved in this, I don't know. But he's saying that Anthony and to United is 90% complete. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that could, I think if they're keeping it quiet to announce it once the new kit comes out, which is in 2 weeks.
But the thing is that now adding Anthony in there. I mean, how much can you remember the number of how much Ajax want for Anthony?
I think it's only like 45 or 50 million euros. Something
So
like that.
if it's 50 million,
it's not a huge amount.
But Timber's also 50 million, and then De Jong is 85 million.
Yeah, it is like it does all depend on whether or not we get De Jong. But to be fair, even if we go for Neves, I think Neves is gonna cost 70-80 million as well, because Wolves aren't going to let him go for cheap.
Depends how long is left on his contract, which I'm not too sure about.
I think he's got 2 years left on his contract, so maybe that could help us. But I mean, in terms of the forward options as well, if Ten Hag can convince Martial to just give it one more season, then we don't need to worry about that. We can, it's like, look, we just need a backup for Ronaldo. So yes, you'll be a bench player, but there'll be patches where Ronaldo's going to be unfit, or because he had a lot of injury issues last season. So you're going to get to play, and you're going to be our number 9 basically. So stay for one season, put yourself back in that shop window, and then next summer we'll let you go, because then next summer we can look at maybe replacing Ronaldo if he's done. Bringing in a couple of strikers, because we've sorted out our defence and our midfield.
Well, I mean, I think our attack, if we did get Anthony, our attack next season, Sancho on the left,
solid.
Anthony on the right, Ronaldo up top.
Yeah, with backup being Elanga, Palestri, for example, and Rashford.
Yeah, and Martial being backup for Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And who knows? Ronaldo's not staying for long. Martial could have a resurgence, but
he could.
But
he's had a resurgence before. In all the time we've had Martial, he's given us
1.5 good seasons.
Yeah, like 1.5 really good seasons. I mean, the first few seasons will just combine into half season. So 2 good seasons he's given us in all that time, and that's just not enough. You know what I mean? It's really not.
If someone came in and said, like, look, we'll give you 40 million for Martial, I'd take it.
100%, because then that pays for Vitinha.
What we've also got to remember is that this season, and I know that like United fans, because I know I'm annoyed of hearing it, this is a rebuild now, because new managers come in,
complete rebuild. Yeah.
Like there's not a huge expectation on Ten Hag. As long as he doesn't like finish like 10th and get knocked out in the group stages in the first round of everything, like he's pretty.
Well, I was in a I raided at the end of my stream earlier, and I went into another guy playing the old Football Manager. He's a Man U fan as well. So, and he asked me, and I'll ask you the same thing. So, if we go League, Cups, Champion, and European football, almost said Champions League then, I'm dreaming. What are your expectations for next season? I'll tell you mine first.
I was going to say, because I had this conversation with someone at work yesterday. And,
okay. No, you go.
So, my expectations...
Yeah.
I think next season we win the Europa League and get to the final of at least one domestic cup.
Okay. And the league position?
4th.
Okay. Well, yeah, so, I mean, I'm basically the same. I think Europa League final, FA Cup final, 3rd or 4th in the league, depending on what Chelsea do, because I just don't know with Chelsea.
Yeah.
But
Spurs have strengthened. Spurs are strengthened as well. You can't overlook them.
They have.
What is it?
No, you can't.
Perisic, Basuma.
Well, they've not signed Basuma yet. But
no,
yeah,
but he's definitely going.
It looks like it's going to happen.
But
yeah.
Perisic, Basuma, they got the Kulusevski. They've actually made that permanent now.
Yeah, Kulusevski. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And there's another player that we were interested in. Oh, Pau Torres. That's it. Is likely to go to Spurs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like I say, if we somehow end up with, and again, I'm in FIFA land here. if we end up with, for example, Neves instead of De Jong, Timber, Anthony, Patiño, and Eriksen. Yeah, 5 players, and we keep Martial. I think we're okay for top 4. I think because Spurs are just so you just don't know with them.
Though,
I know they had a solid finish to the season last season, but over the years they're just a bit all over the place, aren't they?
Yeah. Though that being said, though, I mean, that being said, at the beginning of this season, when we had Sancho, Varane, and Ronaldo,
yeah, but I mean,
I went as far as saying we could potentially win the league. Do you know what I mean? And we were out of it by October.
It was, but that was under Ole, and Ole was not a good coach or manager.
The thing is that I have so much. I have more faith. And believe this is so weird. I have this weird faith in Ten Hag that I've not had in any other manager since Fergie.
No, well, I think it does go to show, doesn't it, that Mourinho won trophies with what actually isn't a very good squad of players. I mean, I know he had Ander Herrera, who I think was low key one of our best signings for probably since Sir Alex,
and one of our most devastating let goes.
Yeah, and our front line was friggin' Zlatan, Lukaku. Had Rooney for one season. It was he had a solid squad, but actually it turns out it was overachieving for the sum of its parts, because actually there's a lot of players in there like Pogba, like Lingard, who just aren't good enough, and we're pretenders.
But yeah, going back to what I was saying is I've not had faith in a manager since Fergie. Moyes, I never wanted that appointment.
No.
Don't get me wrong. I think I still to this day stand by it. Moyes is a brilliant manager with a club on a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
That's why he's done well at Everton. He's doing phenomenal at West Ham.
Also, he wasn't backed by the board at all. He wanted Fabregas, and I can't remember who else. I think there was a Atletico Madrid centre back.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Whether he was backed or not. And I know that Fergie left him an aging team, but that team did win the Premier League the season before. The drop off shouldn't be that high.
No,
because what did we finish, 6th or 7th? No, 7th, wasn't it?
7th.
Oh no! I'm sure we actually I'm sure we finished 8th actually. I'm sure that was the season. We didn't qualify for Europe.
Yeah, Giggs came in and just failed to salvage anything, which that's fine.
we didn't qualify for Europe that season.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I was never a fan of Moyes' appointment.
Me either.
Then Van Gaal I thought was past it. I mean, he won the FA Cup, but I was like, he's past it. Never managed in England before.
And his football didn't
and he played
really
defensive football and stuff, and it was. I mean, I always remember that era as being really boring.
Yeah.
And then Mourinho, I love Mourinho as a manager when he manages other clubs, because I think he's hilarious. Or when he's on Sky Sports, I think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
But let's call a spade a spade. He's toxic in his own dressing room.
He is, but he's also a winner.
He is, but and
you can't, you can disagree with me on this, but as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to professional sports, it doesn't matter what your mentality is, other than being a winner, and how you get there doesn't matter. So, I don't like Messi as a human being. I don't think he's a nice guy at all. But man, he's won everything. You know what I mean? He's won everything apart from the World Cup, lol. But as a footballer, incredible. So Mourinho as a manager, incredible. As a person, funny, yes, but very controversial.
I liken Mourinho to a I'm going to describe an analogy now.
Okay.
If I had a kid, right, and the kid was like 6 or 7 years old,
Yeah.
and we were talking, and I said, "Oh, the kid's been a little shit today. Like, fucking hell, why didn't I pull out?"
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we? And it's like,
Yeah.
you that would be your reaction. You would laugh.
Yeah.
You'd laugh and say, "Oh man, you've had a stressful day." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just a bit stressed." Now imagine that same scenario, but instead, I go on Facebook, write it to all my followers. Go on Twitter, write it to all my followers. Everyone can see it. That then becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Because that then becomes, why the fuck are you saying about this kid in the open public? That was Mourinho. What you see, if you chastise a player in the dressing room, fair enough. But to come out in a press conference and be like, "Yeah, Luke Shaw's shit," like that's not going to make it. That's not going to make him play better.
No,
like
it's not, no.
Footballers
But anyway, let's stop talking. The past is the past.
No,
and,
but so going back to my original point is and then Ollie was Ollie. It is what it is. But and Mourinho, Ten Hag's the first manager that's like, I wanted him before he joined.
Yeah.
And he's come in, and there was I think I talked about this before, but there was a McLaren, Steve McLaren done a podcast that explained the first day he met Ten Hag when he hired him as FC Twente's assistant coach. And he's like, "Okay, I'm just going to get the players out on the training field. We'll meet in my office at 10 and just discuss some stuff." Ten Hag walks in with a binder of about 200 pages.
Yeah.
Puts it on a desk with analysis and everything, what they should do. Like, this is like, I'm talking like, this guy's like from the film Moneyball. Like, he's nuts.
Because he's ready, man. He's ready.
Yeah.
He's always ready. Yeah.
McLaren legit turned around to him and said, "I only hired you on Friday." He's like, "Yes, I worked Saturday."
Yeah.
He'd done all of that in one day.
Yeah.
So like, I've got a lot of faith in him. So
I think the main thing with Ten Hag, and I'll say this and then we'll move on to the final point. Is I think we have to give him time as a club, as a fan base. We say 3 years to get us back somewhere near. All right, then 3 years is the minimum. Then, season 2 and we're 6, doesn't matter. We start losing games toward the end of the season, doesn't matter. Keep him there. 3 seasons bare minimum. I think
if we can do it for Ollie, we can do it for Ten Hag.
Yeah, and of course, if we're in the bottom 3 come January, he needs to go. But I think apart from a complete maelstrom collapse, which I don't see happening, I think just give him the 3 years, give him the money and the players that he wants when he wants them. We can all dream about them not taking dividends at the club and investing it in the squad instead, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But just we have to give him the time. We have to invest every summer. It can't just be the first summer and then, all right, we'll give you your 4th choice in the second summer, and then 3rd summer, here's a player that you've never heard of, and here's one player you wanted. That's it. Cool. All right, peace out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work. The final point is, according to David Ornstein, we've made an offer for Christian Eriksen. There was no real specifics on what that offer was.
No, because he's a free transfer, so it's all contract stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like as in wages, nothing like that's happened yet. Obviously, there's also agent fees and stuff, but I think a few times over the years on FIFA, I've bought Eriksen, and he's just a classy player. He's one matter, but still has a bit of pace, and he's still got Premier League football in his legs.
Yeah.
It would still have to be managed because of his, I know he's clear of his heart condition now, but I think he still needs to manage his time on the pitch a bit.
Well,
He's not going to play Thursday night, Sunday, and then No,
that being said, like,
start both.
because that is actually a common misconception, actually.
Yeah.
Because I watched, he done an interview with Tubes on Soccer AM,
Yeah.
and obviously they fitted him with, it's like a pacemaker, but not a pacemaker.
Yeah, it's like more of a monitor thing than
and
yeah.
the reason he couldn't play in Italy was because they don't allow players to play with one of those. Don't know why. It's just it's only the Italian league that doesn't allow it. But he said to the doctor after he had the all fitted, he woke up from the surgery or whatever he had done. He woke up and was like, "Oh, so doctor, like, what can I do? Can I walk around?" He's like, "You can do anything you did before. Like, there's nothing stopping you now. Your heart's fine."
Yeah.
So like, the only thing about playing Thursday then Sunday then Thursday is not as to me the worry isn't his heart. The worry for me is his age.
His age and his legs and that.
Yeah. So you know, like in terms of like if we do sign Eriksen, like I don't think anyone should. I mean, obviously people are going to worry because it was harrowing what happened to him at the Euros.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they
he's fine.
Yeah, you don't need to like kind of wrap him in cotton wool. Like, oh, you can play for 6 minutes every 2 weeks. Like, no, he's pretty damn fit. And watching him for Brentford this season, I don't think Brentford would have stayed up without him.
No, that's it. And I think
he was brilliant.
Yeah. And I think I think he'd just be a smart signing as well.
And the reason Ten Hag wants him is because a lot of people, I don't know if they if they remember, when he recovered from his heart condition, he went and trained with Ajax.
Yeah.
So Ajax were the one club that let him come and train.
And also, it'd be good to have someone who reliably could take over for Bruno Fernandes in that number 10 position as well.
Well, yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, Bruno's got a big season. Because his first season was great. Yeah. This season, not so much. So
so his first season and a half was phenomenal. Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. And then last season, the whole team was pretty abysmal. So it's
Yeah, but the thing is that when Bruno was the poster child, to go from, you like if you'd have asked me at the beginning of the season, or if you would have said to me, free play. Oh, we're going to have a bad season. Oh, by the way, there's 3 players that are the only players that played well. I would have said De Gea, Ronaldo, Bruno.
Yeah, but actually it was Varane, even though he missed kind of 40% of the season.
Yeah, and like a kind of like little minor shout out maybe to Dalot.
Alanga as well. I think but Alanga was more through circumstance than
and
although to be fair,
it's a breakthrough
to him. To be fair to him, he performed on the pitch when a lot of people weren't, and saved us in games, kept us in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. Scored in Madrid, which we didn't deserve a draw.
And
at all.
and still managed to get called a teacher's pet. Well, I'll tell you what, we need more teachers' pets in our squad.
Exactly, yeah, and I think the fact that Lingard and Pogba are gone, I think it's just good for the squad as a whole. And, and I like them as players. I think on their day, well, on Pogba, when he's performing is unplayable. Lingard on his day is a solid player, but I think the whole culture of the Instagram player it doesn't fit United at all.
Yeah.
It might fit other teams. I don't know who they are, but it might fit other teams. But the fact that they were, losing a game didn't seem to mean anything to them.
Well, I said to you at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Pogba would be out injured after Christmas.
And he was.
He was, and like maybe this is me being a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I just don't think he wanted to play.
No, he didn't. No. As soon because what was it? What game was it? I think we were losing 1-0 after like 20 minutes or something like that, and Pogba apparently felt a twinge, so had to come off, and Lingard came on. It was fairly late. It was in like April or something like that, I think. and we didn't see him again, and it's just like it's just because he didn't want to play.
I think that would have been more March, because I think he went out in about March.
Oh,
and
March.
didn't come back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but
didn't come back. Yeah.
I still reckon, right? If we were in a final, I reckon he would have come back.
Yeah.
And that to me just says it all.
It does, yeah.
And I'm sorry, but like, why would anyone want Pogba if he's that injury prone? Because maybe he's told them that he isn't actually that injury prone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think Juventus are looking to get him back. He's,
it was never injured for them. Never injured for Juventus.
No, but the fact that not Madrid, not Barca, not PSG wanted him, kind of, for free as well, tells you everything you need to know. I don't think he has the right kind of mentality. He's a bit of a
Balotelli.
Yeah, he's a bit of a Balotelli. I mean, I think
better than Balotelli, but
he's better than Balotelli. But yeah, oh Ballo. But it's going to be a long and complicated transfer window. I think again, it's going to be frustrating to watch. And yet we're going to be here every day, talking about it. So that'll be more frustrating. But yeah, I think the I'm on the fence about Vitinha. I think it's either 100% true and we're looking at him, or it's spin.
I mean, could you imagine though, Vitinha, Neves, and Bruno, and then Ronaldo up top, and then Dalot at right back,
and Donny instead of Vitinha, maybe. There's
but the reason is because basically we're trying to build the Portuguese squad. Ronaldo up top, Bruno, Vitinha, Neves, Dalot.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I'm okay with that. They're good players.
Yeah, but basically become Wolves 2.0.
Yeah. But yeah, just to quickly just kind of go back over the points. I think Dumfries would be a nice to have, but I think we can probably put up with having Dalot for as our first choice right back for a season, and then Ten Hag can work with Wan-Bissaka and maybe he can get something out of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because defensively, I think Wan-Bissaka's okay. He's got a hell of a tackle on him and he's fast. But his positioning's poor and his attacking play is non-existent apart from now. He shows tiny glimpses of it now and again and score a goal or put in a good cross, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
I think you say it's a big season for Bruno. It's a big season for Tellez as well. I think Tellez has got a lot to prove in this coming season.
To be honest with you, I kind of I think you'd ship him out kind of thing.
But it's like we still need someone to play instead of Luke Shaw, and I think Tellez is fine as a backup player. And if he's happy in that role, then that's fine. Because I don't know if Brandon Williams is good enough to play for United.
No, I kept my eye on him kind of when he was at Norwich, and I know it's Norwich, so you can't base Norwich going down on him. That sounds wrong. Can't blame Norwich getting relegated because of him, because Norwich missed the relegation. So
Norwich.
Yeah, but the games I did watch, and when I did see him, he makes too many mistakes.
Yeah.
And all right,
he's a strongly average player.
He is, and I mean, I would say Norwich is kind of like his level.
His level. Yeah.
That being said, though, like I always say, I'm open to be surprised. I'm always open for it.
Yeah, I think the one player that I would love to get rid of that's not going to happen is Harry.
Yeah.
Is his career? I mean, again, maybe he can surprise us, but he won't work in Ten Hag's system that Ten Hag wants to play at all. Well, I think it'd be good to see him without the captaincy and see how he gets on then, because that'll be a different dynamic, won't it?
Yeah. Talking of Harry, I've seen a video and I've yet to watch it because I had a video idea, and I'm going to ask you live on stream if you want to do it at some point this week. It'll be recorded, not live.
Yeah.
But there is a video along the lines of called something like "Why did we spend 85 million on Harry Maguire?" And it's it's about a 10-minute compilation of clips, and
let's relive the pain, shall we?
Yeah, and I want to do a reaction to it, and because it's like a fan created video, it's under fair use, so we can actually show it.
Yeah. Also on my Football Manager career that I was streaming on Twitch earlier, I managed to annoy Harry Maguire to the point that he's put in a transfer request and was like, yes!
Thank fuck.
Get out of my club.
You should send a screenshot to Ten Hag saying this is what you need to do.
This is what you need to do, yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow with more updates. Hopefully there's some things progress overnight and we get some stories tomorrow. So he's been Jay. He's been Jay. I've been Alexi. We will catch you guys tomorrow on the 6-ish PM show.
Yeah.
The United Weekly but Daily number 3 will be tomorrow, and we've got a lot more content coming your way as well. So catch you guys next time. Peace.